Hi, I'm joined by Joel from Koh Young. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today, Chloe?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Productronica Day 3. It's very
Day three.
exciting. We're almost coming to the end of it, and it's bittersweet coming to the end of something like this. It's been very interesting, exciting for us. How have you found it over at Koh Young?
Well, interesting and exciting as well. I think we knew, or at least expected, coming into this that we were going to see the kinds of numbers in terms of turnout that we have, and I talked to some of my colleagues earlier today from our European team in particular, and they confirmed that this they feel is the best show we've seen in quite some time. I mean, obviously, coming out of COVID, 2021 was still
Yeah,
not completely full go, but I think we saw, starting with Apex this year, the return of the masses, and we had a great show in San Diego, and likewise, we're seeing the same this week. So the numbers are up, people are back, and hopefully that speaks well for 2024 and going forward.
yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned that 2024. What changes are coming for Koh Young? What are you developing? What are you working on?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question,
I
right?
know. What can you share with us? I should maybe say.
Well, I think we we've changed our focus a bit. We've changed our message a bit. You know, what we really are at our core is enablers of smart factory realization. When you get right down to it, we provide sensors in the line that provide feedback to the key systems and processes for potential auto adjustment, for self-healing initiatives, to basically move us toward that lights out, much less dependent on the human element environment. And that ties into a lot of things. I mean, we've got a situation, I would dare say globally now, where human resources, people, are at a scarcity for this industry in particular. Everywhere I go, that's all I hear is we can't get and retain good people. So we had this seemingly mass resignation during COVID, and I'm not sure where they all went, but they're not they're not coming back into the workforce very quickly. So there's a need to automate further, especially with the initiative to nearshore/reshore in places like Europe, in the Americas, from China, from Asia, for various reasons, supply chain and other geopolitical, etc. But to do that, we either need people or we need automation. So in our world, we're using now artificial intelligence as the fuel for that next level of automation, for our industry in particular. So when we talk about what we're working on, what we're doing, it's utilizing, our superior data set in conjunction with the capabilities that we have from a AI engine development perspective through the significant investment that we made in that effort with our team in San Diego to create engines based on our data set to do just that, to reduce reliance on human intervention, to automate further, to self-heal, et cetera, all coming back to that statement that I made initially, which is, we are at our core enablers of smart factory realization, and we feel the industry leader in that space, in that initiative.
Certainly. And there's quite a few points that you touched on there. I think there's the move of people out of the industry, but there's also space for nurturing and developing people into the industry. There's growth in that sense. There's the AI side of things, which is, it's always fascinating to hear what people are doing with that, how they're working with that technology. Can you speak any more on the AI side of things, or?
I can, absolutely. Be happy to do that. So, I think the first point to be made is, there's a lot of folks out there that hear, okay, we're moving forward with CFX, connected factory, right? Exchange. And that's been great, right? And that has evolved over the last few years, and many of the players in this world now are on board. They're certified, they're qualified, they meet the criteria to provide the data necessary set forth by the standards committee to represent what CFX is all about. So data is being passed from machine to machine at various points on the line. But in that case, it's just data, right? So something still needs to be done if an anomaly is identified to rectify the problem. Somebody still needs to manually do something. Where AI comes in is not necessarily through the use of the CFX data set, although it can be applied if someone wants to partake in creating an AI engine using the data provided to automate something. One would have to take the initiative to do that, right? As a user, as a customer, as an EMS provider, for example, people like the people that we provide systems to. We've taken a bit of a different approach, and we're using our data set, which is much more comprehensive than currently is available through what CFX can provide, and we know that'll grow going forward. That's certainly our path forward. But in the meantime, we have this ability now with our superior data set, measurement based, gotten the right way in the right amount, all of that good stuff, statistically relevant, so we can utilize that quote unquote big data to again fuel AI engines created by our engineers using our process expertise to achieve what we're looking to achieve in terms of the self-correcting output, right?
Sure.
So being able to control a screen printer per se for squeegee, speed, pressure, snap off, release, sensor release are the kinds of things we can do using that artificial intelligence, and that's been developed over the course of several years now, and will continue to evolve. But that's just one example. Auto programming is another example. Mount feedback, where now I'm self-correcting a placement machine, similar to what I described for the screen printer, where I can detect anomalies with regards to feeder, spindle, head, positional offset, and automatically basically tell the machine, okay, don't do that, do this, right? Based on what we're seeing. And the artificial intelligence driving that. So again, the goal here is not to eliminate people, it's to reduce the requirement, I guess, up and down the line. We want to make the systems, the line, everything that's being provided less dependent, more automated, obviously, so we don't need as many people. With the K-Smart data set and the ability to do basically a centralized review of defects. Let's say we can monitor multiple lines with one individual, right? And so it's things like that, right? It's things like that. We want to reduce the element, reduce the need, if you will, for the human element, as well as the skill set required to do programming, to analyze data. Again, make it more intuitive, make it less reliant on that human element. And that's what's going to take us forward, with this whole smart factory initiative.
Fantastic. If there are fewer people, we need to free up the ones that are there and allow them to be doing things that humans can do, the only things that we can do.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And it has its limits. Yeah, it obviously has its limits. Let's use the automation, the artificial intelligence, the technology where it makes the most sense. We're not getting rid of people. We're basically filling the void of not being able to get people going forward. Absolutely. Potentially, right? So yeah,
it's an interesting space to be in.
It is, yeah.
Lots of development, lots of growth, and it's not been a quick turnaround, but it's been a long time coming, working hard on something and now seeing and reaping the benefits.
Yeah, it's coming to fruition, but you're absolutely right. I mean, it's something that we've been talking about, Industry 4.0 for what, 5, 6 years now, and small steps quickly is how I like to describe it, and that's exactly the path that we've taken, and again, we're seeing the results today.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for your work, and thank you for coming to speak with us, and I wish you all the best for the rest of Productronica.
Well, thank you, and you're very welcome. Always enjoy talking with you.
Thank you.